welcome once more to the AfricaNEV podcast. My name is Gadashiabo, your host. And on this podcast, we talk about sustainable energy and transport solutions for Africa. And my guest today is Ali Muhammed, a Nigerian founder and CEO of BrightCloud Automotive Limited. He also happens to be a member of AfricaNEV. Ali, welcome once more.
Thanks you. Thanks for having me here.
The last time you were, COVID-19 is trying to destabilize us, but we abandoned it. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Anyway,
hope you're staying safe.
Oh yes. We are trying to observe the protocols and keep it low and keep it real. We cannot rely on our government, so we have to take care of ourselves. Let's get into it. The last time you were here,
all right,
it was a reaction video.
Yeah.
I think links above, most likely below. We were wild.
All right.
We need electric vehicles now. We need electric vehicles now. Batteries now. Everything now. Anyway, tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you and how did you get into the whole e-mobility space and become so passionate?
Adedokun Ali is my name. From Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. I studied transport and logistics management. And the whole idea, I as a person, I believe we Nigerians, Africans as a whole, we are not second-class citizens of the world. And we deserve access to brand new vehicles and not use of vehicles from advanced countries. When you look at the number of vehicles coming to Africa, you agree with me, over 90% of them, they are used, crashed, outdated vehicles. So looking at this scenario, Nigeria as a country, Nigeria is said to have over 200 million population. Can't, out of those 200 million people, we can't have a group of people who will come together, design a vehicle for ourselves, and sell into our market. So the idea started from this, and after thinking deeply and looking for a way forward, BrightCloud Automotive Limited emerged. So when we started, the idea is to produce vehicle in Nigeria. So the easiest way for us to engage in automotive industry is going through assembly. That is either CKD or SKD. So I had quite a number of meetings with some OEM from China. But these Chinese counterparts, you will see, if I agreed to go with the contracts they offer us, our development is directly dictated by them. You see, when you tell them this is the model you want, they will tell you, we are not ready to release this into the African market. What I'm paying for, you should give me what I want, not what you want to give me. And again, with the trend in automotive industry now, most of these vehicles are ICE vehicles. That means if we go with these vehicles, you are learning now, you are still going to do another form of learning for electric vehicles. So why don't we go straight into electric vehicles? So I, as a person, I'm not a professional designer, car designer, but I could sketch out the idea I have in my head. So I started doing the sketch. I was able to come out with a sketch. So that is how BrightCloud Automotive Limited emerged. And 2008, BrightCloud was incorporated and registered with the CAC in Nigeria. 2018. So that is how we started. And since then, we've able to bring people within Nigeria and outside Nigeria on board to engage. So if you go to our website, you will see that there are 3 vehicles there. We have the Knights, we have the KBAC, and we have the Panther. So those are the vehicles we have there. The Knights, or K-Knights, as we call it in Nigeria here, is our flagship, which is a luxury SUV, which is aimed at high-income earners. And the KBAC is a luxury sedan, which is also aimed at high-income earners. The Panther is aimed at is a mid-size SUV and a pickup, which is going to be on a modular platform and is aimed at middle-income earners. So those are the 3 vehicles we are working on. And for the passenger vehicle and for commercial aspects, we have a city bus as well we are working on. We started doing design here, and the designers, they are here in Nigeria. So we started the mini city bus and the 40-meter city bus as well. So all are on the design, we're designing them.
Okay. Thank you very much for that submission. All right. So,
Yeah.
quick question. From your
All right.
speech earlier, it seems to me that the idea was not that, oh, let us do an electric vehicle. The idea was, let us do an African vehicle, or a vehicle meant for the African market that our people can buy first hand, not second or third or fifth hand. Is that it?
Yes, that's the idea. The idea is to produce a vehicle here in Africa here for ourselves, brand new vehicles. Because I see no reason why we should keep purchasing crashed vehicles or used vehicles from advanced country. We should produce a vehicle here in Africa that is going to be world-class standard and affordable. Affordability is going to depend on the type of vehicles. So we could produce those vehicles with world-class standards, safety, technology, everything. Here in Africa, here, we have all the resources here. So it's just for us to be forward-thinking continent and work on those things.
But the reason why people buy used vehicles is mainly because of affordability.
Yeah.
Most new cars in Africa are bought in South Africa. For the rest of the continent, for every 1 brand new car, 5 used ones are being bought. That's the rule of thumb on the rest of the continent. And if you talk to the people, it's not that they don't want brand new cars. That is why people will go and buy accident cars that has minor issues. They will bring it here, repair it, and then it's new. Now, in your presentation, you made mention of this Chinese company that you wanted to enter a partnership with, and they were of the view that they have existing models that they can ship to Africa. But it seemed that you wanted them to design a model purposely for you and for your market. All right. Is it not a function of research and development costs?
No, you see, what the initial plan was to produce a car in Nigeria here. So we intend
assembly, right?
If you want to go into automotive industry, there are about 3-4 ways you can engage the automotive industry. 1, start your own company, build your brand from scratch. 2, go into knockdown assembly, which is of 2 types.
Yes,
You can assemble on behalf, yes, you can assemble on behalf of the OEM, or you assemble in your own brand name, which is rebranding. A lot of companies in Nigeria are doing that presently now. Assembling in form of rebranding. It's still the same vehicle, but the vehicle is going to carry your own brand name.
Yes.
Your own badge.
So
Exactly.
that's why
And
they need an assembly
the
line,
third
and then
one
they get the
is
components.
taking over. They set the whole components to them, even the assembly line, the jig, everything.
Good.
So the third way is taking over a default brand. So those are the key ways you could engage yourself in automotive industry. So me as a person, the initial plan was to start with assembling. And part of the agreement was they will send experts from the parent company in China. They will come over Nigeria. They will come over to Nigeria here. They will train our people through the initial phase of the development until we are able to master the whole
technology.
But the truth is, nobody is going to transfer any technology to you. Nobody. There is nothing like technology transfer. You either take over forcefully or you steal it. So now, or you make your own research and then develop your technology by yourself. So nobody is going to transfer technology to you free of charge, or even the low amount of money you pay. So the engagement with the Chinese companies, not even a company, there is companies. They will send the components to us. We assemble it in our own brand name. But the issue here is there are some models that I believe they are very, very good for our markets. But they will say they are not ready to release those models into our market. They will give you the models they are ready to release into African markets at that particular time. So I was like, if I'm paying for these services, all right.
Hold on. What you are saying is that they already have certain models that maybe they have 5 models. So your idea is that these 2 are ideal for Africa, of models that they already have, not that they are coming to now design.
Yes.
Okay, so give us these 2 models for Africa, and then they were like, oh no, this model we're not ready to give it to Africa, but these other 3.
You get it.
Okay, so there are 2 questions that I have based on that statement.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Can you give us an idea of the type of models you think are ideal for Africa? And number 2, but answer the number 2 first. What were the reasons they gave? What were the reasons they gave? Why they did not want to give you those models, but something a different model?
Thank you. You see, let me share more light on these things. Chinese production outpassed their market demands. So for them to be able to augment their production and demand, they need to send those vehicles into African markets and Asian markets. Now, for the African markets, because they know Africa, the level of poverty in Africa here, they rather sell cheap vehicles in Africa than the standard vehicle they send there. It's still the same standard, but is cheaper. So me as a person, Nigeria as a country, people in Nigeria, they love luxury cars. As a startup company in Nigeria, if you're going to introduce any vehicle that is going to be lesser than the existing vehicle in the market in terms of comfort, technology, durability, and the technology as a whole, that means you are not prepared enough to go head to head with the existing brands in the market. So me as a person, I want the car to have some touch of luxury, not high-tech luxury for middle class earner. So they will tell you we are not ready to release this into the African market now, but maybe later they will release it. So I believe that that decision is going to impede our development, which means it is the models they are ready to give out that we are going to have, not what we really want. And the second problem is most of these models are already in Nigerian markets. Are you there?
Yeah. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you very well. I'm actually making
Hello?
some notes. I am making some notes of what you are saying.
Yeah. All right. Most of these models are already in Nigerian markets. So I was like, if this model is already in our market and you expect me to set the same model, so what's going to differentiate between my model and your model? It's just going to be the badge that is on the vehicle. So there is not consumer protection, anything from their own end. All they want is vehicles. So I believe that the corporation is more of parasitic than symbiotic. Me paying them, they will sell the vehicles to me. The same vehicle they're selling to me, they will sell it to another person. So there is no protection for me. So that was the reason why I decided not to go with the contract. And then again, the trend in the automotive industry is electric vehicle, the transition. So most of those vehicles, they are not electric vehicle. And the electric vehicle they have then was lead acid battery, which the energy density is not much and the weight. So those vehicles will not compete very well in our market. So that was the major reason why I decided not to go with their contract. And there again, I want us to start from scratch, then build something for ourselves, something we'll be proud of, that this is a vehicle made in Nigeria by Nigerians for the world. So that was the whole idea.
Oh, that was very illuminating. Because from what we are saying, basically it means that the Chinese have excess capacity. So they are looking for a market to dump their excess production. So
That's just
whoever
it.
counts, this is what we have. It's not like they are trying to enter into a new market with a new product.
See, let me explain it in this way. Like the models, they are there already, are waiting for buyers. So the best option for them, since their production outpassed their market demands, is to engage manufacturers in Africa. You go online, you see a lot of knockdown assembly plants in Africa are being managed by those companies. They have several in Nigeria, they have in Ghana, they have in Syria before the war started in Syria, they have in different parts of Africa. Check those models. You see that it's a combination of different automobile companies in China, not just one company. They came together as a group. So they have different models under their, not their over, they call it overseas assembly business or something like that. So now those models, they have models from CH8CT, they have model from 4D, they have model from Photon, they have model from BYD. So it's a combination of those companies. So they give them the badge name under those overseas assembly projects.
Okay.
So it's a company that is overseeing those activities. But the bottleneck here is I, as a person, I am not ready to sell a model that is already in our market. And I want a model that is going to give me the opportunity to be competitive in the market, not just
And to
what
be
you want to
unique.
sell. Yes, uniqueness is there. So there are some companies who would rather have you as a representative in Nigeria.
Hello?
I think the company.
You went off. You were saying that there were some companies who would rather have you as a representative in Nigeria. That was the last thing I heard before.
Than assemble the vehicles in Nigeria. So they will ship the whole vehicle to you.
That's the okay. So hold on. Let's explain something to the audience. I think it will be on the screen when you were talking earlier. We have the few built units. That's the complete vehicle. What you normally import. So the car is finished.
Yes.
Then we have
complete
knockdown. So the car they finish building the car. They will break it down, ship it to the country where it's going to. When it gets there, then they will put it back together. Then we have the SKD, which is semi-complete knockdown. So that one, they will build the car. Maybe sometimes they will put the chassis together, but the engine, the transmission, all those things will come separately. Then when it gets to the country where it's going to, then the local partner or the subsidiary of that company will now finish the assembling. All right. So to the audience, this is a very important distinction to get. All right. They are all importation, but the level of finished product is different. All right. From completely finished as a full built unit to partially finished. That's how do you call it? Complete knockdown. I hope
TKD and SKD.
Yes. Even the SKD, they are degrees. SKD, but that is basically a summary. So please don't freak out when you hear him use phrases. It just means that the degree to which the car is finished. Now, well, let me also finish my train of thought. In this same regard too, I will say that a lot of the automotive policies in Africa is all about CKD and SKD. So Nigeria has, I think, the National Automotive Industrial Development Policy. It's all about CKD and SKD. Ghana has their own. We also have a name for it. Kenya has their own. So don't get it twisted. And a lot of these policies too, if you analyze them carefully, you realize they're basically duplications of the same thing with minor variations, because it's a automobile manufacturers that are lobbying our governments for that. So that's a different aside. I'm coming to trigger you now.
Let me add a point to it.
Okay. So you were saying before the break that you wanted to add to the point I was making.
Yeah, the thing is
about the policy.
Toyota, for example. Yeah, you see, it's all about the policy maker and the government as a body or as a whole. Because, for example, now Nigeria is having issue of unemployment, and when you check our roads, you see that out of every 10 vehicles moving on Nigerian roads, you will see about 5 or 6 Toyotas in those vehicles, which means the government has failed to leverage on our market strength. Toyota should not have been granted assembly plants in Nigeria. They should not granted the license. Rather, they need to establish a manufacturing plant here in Nigeria or in Ghana. Now, for any automotive company to establish a manufacturing plant, they will need nothing less than 4,000, 5,000 workers for the plant to operate optimally. Rather, they need less than 500 to operate their assembly plants. Can you see the difference? Which means if they operate their manufacturing plants, 4,000 or 5,000 Nigerian youth will be engaged, will be trained annually, because once you start working there, the first year you gain, the second year you start gaining. You might decide to continue working there or go to another company. So which means we will have average of 4,000 to 5,000 youths who are fully engaged, unlike what you're having now, that they will have about 200 to 500 workers in their farm. So it's all about understanding our market prospects, leveraging on our market potentials, and giving out the initiating the best policy to favor our people. That's just the problem we are facing in Africa here. So let's continue with our discussion. That was just by the way.
But on that note too, I cannot let this slide. You know, when you look at our markets,
Are you there?
relatively, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm saying that relatively speaking, Africa, our market is
All right.
small. All right.
Hmm.
I think we consume. I'll put the chart on the screen, so those of you watching, you'll be seeing the chart. Africa, I think 800,000 cars go to South Africa alone. Then about 200,000 or so, or 300,000 averagely goes to the rest of Africa. Do you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile,
Hmm.
the global automotive industry produces like 86 million cars. So 86 million, 1 million goes to Africa. All right. Call it 1 point something percent. Of that 1 million, 800,000 is going to South Africa alone. I hope you are getting the picture. Are we
I
really
do.
are we really in a position to, it's a question. I don't disagree with the statement you have made about our government saying that they must set up assembly plant here, sorry, manufacturing plant here or whatever. But in the same along the same lines, I'm also putting out the context of the markets that our market position as a continent. All right.
Hmm.
So that is just as a matter of giving context. So let's get back to BrightCloud Automotive. So our
All
audience,
right.
so sorry for that relevant aside. It's relevant, but an aside. Uh, you spoke about the fact that in Nigeria, if they
Hmm.
feel that the product you are bringing is inferior in terms of quality and performance, I believe, then the market will perceive you in a certain way. All right. Based on what I know about Nigeria and Nigerians, I can identify with that. But you see, there also comes the issue of affordability. All right. You know, automobile is heavy industry. If you are assembling cars by hand, it's the same as assembling using the a production line. And it's also a matter of skill. The more you can produce, the more people, sorry, your cost will come down. Which means that the cheaper you can sell. All right.
Is
Now,
scale of production. Hmm.
good. So now here's a situation where, because the market is demanding this from you, you are now forced to go and do research and development, which is a lot of money to come up with a design that will suit the market. But the market already is constrained, is small, relatively speaking. How do you make money in that market? Because it's like, okay, give us good quality at an affordable price. But if the quality that you are giving is not good enough, we will prefer to go for a used one that has the quality but is used. All right. But if you don't decide not to give us good quality at all, just to make it affordable, I say, let me sacrifice.
It's all about scale of production. Yes. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm
So
here.
the larger the quantity, the lower the price. But now we as a company, we try to balance between the cost and quality. It is a very difficult scenario here, because for you to make your sales in Nigeria here or in Africa generally now, you must be able to offer the best price, the best quality at the cheapest price. So now, when you talk about the price of the vehicle, there are different factors that's needed to be
I
considered.
think I
Are
was
you
done.
there?
Yes, I'm here now. You said that when it comes to the vehicles of the particularly, there are various factors that need to be considered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are various factors to be considered. the cost of production, overhead, the cost of purchasing the components. And the major problem here is the exchange rate, because Africa as a whole, or Nigeria as a whole, most of these components do come from China, Japan, Germany. So there is no or little OEM in Nigeria or in Africa that is producing those components. So exchange rate is one of the major bottleneck that is going to increase the cost of production. Unlike we having the OEM who are producing the components in Nigeria here, we buy in Naira and the price is going to be in Naira. Unlike our 500 Naira here is going to be $1 in another country. So that's the problem. So we have looked into the market and we have we've been able to bridge the gap between offering quality products and affordable price. So which is why our second model is aimed at middle income earners. And the technology adapted is still very, very okay for that price. So the configuration for that vehicle, oh God.
I'm here. I can listen to you. I'm listening to you.
Okay. Yeah, the configuration we are going to have for a central motor configuration, unlike our flagship SUV, which is going to be a dual, yes, Pantan.
I'm trying to. This is your
Yeah, the
website.
screen.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can see. I have the Panther. What are you talking about? Are you talking about KBAC or Night? Which one are you talking about?
The third one there.
Panther. The Night. Panther.
No, yeah. That's the second SUV and pickup, which is aimed at middle class earner. The pictures is not there. There is no picture there. Just the spec alone.
Oh, okay. That means that the design. You're still working on design.
Yeah, you're still working on the design.
Okay.
So it's going to be a central motor configuration, which is going to be based on a traditional leather chassis. So it's a very rugged system, yet very, very competitive. And
wait.
I mean the price.
Are you talking about a body on frame kind of design? Hello?
Sorry?
I'm saying that, are you talking about a body on frame design?
Yeah, it's going to be body on frame design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with central motor configuration. So which means it's going to have just a single electric motor, and it's still going to offer 4-wheel drive and 4x4 and 2x4 configuration.
Wait, you said a central motor. What do you mean? Are you talking about the position of the motor on the chassis?
What I'm saying here is the traction motor that is going to propel the vehicle.
Where will it be located?
Central. That's in between the frame rails.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I get
so there is no need for gearbox or
excuse me. It has a 90 kilowatt-hour battery.
Yeah.
No, that brings me to something else. How are you guys getting your batteries? What type of batteries are you using? That's the first question. What type of batteries are you using for your vehicles?
Lithium iron phosphate battery.
Why lithium iron phosphate?
Because it is less versatile. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Lithium battery is very strong, and it has less combustible. How will I say it? Unlike
less combustible.
Yes,
it is less prone to combustion.
Yes,
I get that. But
unlike the tradition, unlike the other cell, Africa, Nigeria as a country is we're in a temperate region, so we need to balance between temperature affects the performance of vehicle, especially all these batteries now they have optimal temperature range that needs to be, they need to operate. Minus, so now we need to balance the thermal management. The thermal management has to be designed in such a way that it's going to prevent the cell from what we call thermal runaway. So we have to maintain the cells in their working condition. So going for lithium iron phosphate is a kind of cell that even when there is accident and the battery gets punctured, it's still not going to break out fire. So we are considering safety there, and it's majorly safety that you are considering. That's why you're going for that battery.
Oh, okay.
And with the amount of investments available now, going for cylindrical cell is going to be a stress to our budgets, and it's going to be constraint to our design, because the amount of lithium ion cells, I mean the cylindrical cells that we'll be able to pack in between the frame rails is going to be smaller than the amount of cells we are going to have for the lithium ion phosphate. Do you understand?
Okay. So that means that you're not going to use cylindrical cell, you're going to use pouch too.
For this particular model, we are going to use pouch cell. We are not using cylindrical cell for this particular model. But for our flagship, the flagship is going to have a skateboard chassis. That's a skateboard platform, which means the battery pack is going to be embedded into the frame, into the vehicle frame. So we can have a cylindrical cell for that. That's going to be for the night.
Okay. But on that along that line, why not go with a modular skateboard design, so that for all your vehicles, wouldn't that reduce costs, instead of saying that for one model, like a affordable model, you're using pouch, then for your flagship you're using a skateboard with cylindrical cells? Is that not adding unnecessary complexity?
I like that question. You see, the most expensive, should I say, part of the vehicle, in general vehicle, I'm not talking about electric vehicle now, generally now, the vehicle frame, I mean the platform, is the most expensive part of the vehicle in development. That's why you see different models sharing the same platform. It's very, very expensive because it requires a lot of calibration, a lot of calculation, a lot of safety parameters. So we, like I said, this vehicle is going to be a cost-effective vehicle. So going for a traditional ladder chassis is going to be flexible for us. It's going to make the development the traditional ladder chassis is going to be a scalable and modular platform that is going to be designed to have the SUV and the pickup as well. Unlike the skateboard platform, it's going to require a lot of money for us to develop it, a lot of experts, understand, and it's going to require us make use of aluminum. And you know, aluminum is expensive, and it requires special surface treatment for proper bonding. All these things, we need to bring in experts. They are not available in Nigeria now. So we are offering this model into the market for people to see that we can actually produce vehicle in Nigeria. So for our flagship, and when we have more investments, we could invest more in our R&D for us to be able to have a proper scalable platform, which could be modular for any model. Are you there?
Okay. So what it means is that the Panther is basically an entry model to just demonstrate that yes, Nigerians can do this. This is it. People can afford it and all that. But then the money from the Panther is going to be used to, and then to also raise more, to invest in technology for the flagship, as well as to raise more funding for that vehicle also. I'm trying to get clarity.
Yes, that's the idea. You see, the idea is, you see, let me tell you something. In Nigeria and Africa, yeah, people believe more in what they see than what they hear. When you keep telling people, I can do this, I can do this, they will say they hear you. They won't believe you until they see the actual thing you say you can produce. So once you have a working prototype or a working model, then they will take you serious. Investors will come on board, people will place order. But when you keep saying with smart that I can produce a car, I can produce this, they won't take you serious. So we need to start from somewhere. So we are taking our time. We are starting from the lowest entry model into the market. Then we will scale up our, with the amount of investments we are able to receive, we'll scale up our technology, tools, and the rest. Then we can produce the flagship and the other models. Electric vehicle is not just our product. We have electric bike as well. We have power banks. We have power inverter. So we have a lot of products that we are planning to introduce into the market.
I'm just looking at the specs of the car. I
All
mean,
right.
they fall right within the range of your normal pickups that we have in the market today. But if that is the case, okay, why did you focus on the design of the flagship first and not this? Because as of now, the design is not. These are the specifications for the design. I believe, but not the actual design. It's not ready. Otherwise, you have been on the website.
You see, this Panther, the design, we are almost done with the design, but we decided not to upload the pictures yet now. We will be uploading the pictures very, very soon. And this particular model, the team working on them are not from Nigeria. So the night was designed by Nigeria in Nigeria, yeah. You know, I told you we have team members from Nigeria and outside Nigeria.
Okay,
So we want to
maybe
be...
you should tell us a bit about that. Your team, your team.
My team, okay.
Yes, tell us a bit about that.
All right. We have 4 engineers, designer, mechatronics engineer from Pakistan. We have 3 from India. We have 2 designers here from Nigeria. And we have about 6 fabricators here in Nigeria, so, and 2 mechanical engineers. So we have a group of people who are very, very committed to the project. The night was designed here by the designer in Nigeria. Our the city bus, I will send you the picture, you see it, was designed by Nigeria as well. So we are still on the design. The other models were designed by the Pakistani team members. So we are still working on it. What we are we are almost done with the design. What we are doing now is looking at off-the-shelf solution components that will fit our vehicle, because going for a customized component, especially built for your own vehicle, is going to be a stress to our budget. And so we need to go with off-the-shelf solution, and we're looking at a way of harmonizing those components to fit our design, our specifications. So that's what we are doing now. So we are doing validation now. So once we are done with that, then we are hoping also we'll be able to secure investment to push us into the next stage, which is going to be the prototyping stage, because now we are still yet to get any investment or investor on board.
Okay. So now let's let me turn on my video here.
Right.
Okay, good. Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see.
With regard to what you just said, that's really what I'm good. You mean that you have been able to assemble a diverse team. I would expect that you said that, oh, they are all Africans. I wonder why not Africans also? It's a question.
You say what?
How come
Can
they
you
are
come
also?
again?
Yeah. How come they are also non-Africans? I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but you seem to give the
Yeah.
vibe that, oh, we want design for Africans by Africans. That's a sort of vibe I get from you. So, oh, okay.
Yes.
So I think
I love that
sorry there.
question. I love that question.
Really?
Yes, I love that. You see, in the course of setting up this company. Yes, yes. It's a very nice question. You see, in the course of setting up this company, then I was still serving then. I met a lot of young graduates like myself who are mechanical engineer, electrical engineer. But the problem here is they know the theoretical aspects of the whole stuff, but for them to design, I getting it, is quite difficult. They don't have the required skills to design these vehicles. Even the designer that we are engaging now from Nigeria here, I had to, do a lot of what I call training. They really don't know about automotive industry, but they've developed themselves. They could design with 3D software. They could design. So I have to tell them, these are these works, these are these works. You understand me? So in the course of setting up this company, the challenges is bringing people on board and financing, paying for the service of the people you are bringing on board is a big challenge. So when the website, the guy that designed the website, we served together. So he's a friend of mine. He was the one that introduced me to the guy that designed the client. So when he started, he is not an engineer. He studied accounting. So you can imagine accountant designing a vehicle. So because of the challenges we are faced here, you have to multitask and go beyond your field to be able to bring things on your table. So the challenge here is getting the right people on board is very, very difficult. Not just the right people, but the people who have the required skills to push things forward. So that's that for that. And the outside Nigeria team that you're talking about, they approached me that they would
Wait,
love
they
to be
approach
part of the
you.
family.
This is very, very,
Yes.
this is very, very interesting. No, no,
You
wait,
know,
wait.
our LinkedIn profile, I have a profile on LinkedIn.
Uh,
So,
wait. No, no. I want to
yes,
probe
I
you.
can
I want
send
to
you a
probe
message.
this.
They sent to
I
me.
want to probe you. I want to probe this. Listen,
Yeah.
Nigeria is the most populous African country. You have 200 something million.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should think that if you're looking for skilled people, you should be able to get some in Nigeria. All right. Now,
You're right. You know, I
there
made
are,
mention of something
hold on. Let
when
me finish my thought.
I started answering your question. I said bringing people on board
Yeah.
and the fund to pay them is a problem. I said
No,
that.
hold on.
Now,
That's why
these
I want to
people,
finish my train of thought. My train of thought. I'm trying to finish my train of thought.
all right,
Which is, so there are only two things.
all right,
Either the people are not
okay,
there, okay, or the people are there, but they don't want to start with a brand new company. They want a stable revenue source. So they are not entrepreneurial. You understand what I'm saying? Or maybe they don't believe in you or in this very project. Either they don't believe in you, they don't believe in the project, or they are not entrepreneurial. Okay? That is in one basket.
all
Which is
right.
different from the people are not there. Which is it? Which of these options are we talking about?
You see, people will always be there. It's not just about people being there. It's about having people who see the future with you. It's about having people who will be committed to the project. It's about having people who sees this project as a child they are trying to nurse. See, it's all different things. Now, bringing people on board who are committed, dedicated, and they really see future in what they are doing is very, very difficult. Because most people, maybe because of their past experience, they are not really willing to offer any services lesser than the required amount of money or the wages they are demanding. The designer now in Nigeria here now, I paid them, but the amount I paid them is not the amount I'm supposed to pay them. They are also doing this thing because they see the future of the company, they see where we are coming from, where we are now, where we are going to. You know, it's different from someone that just say, pay $20,000, and that's the last amount I'm going to collect from you. Unlike someone that, okay, they are willing to bend their rules and policies for us to achieve, you know, is a mutual understanding and is a mutual benefit that we are offering ourselves. Do you get the difference now? So as for the outside team, the people from outside Nigeria, from my LinkedIn profile, you know, I post stuff about the company. So they are amazed that a company in Africa, Nigeria as a country, is willing to venture into electric vehicles. So a lot of people are interested. Some will say they would like to join. Some will say, I love to see more updates on this project, stuff like that. And the guy from Pakistan, when we started, you know, this conversation, I told him the dream, the vision, everything, and it was like, I love to be part of this team. I said, okay, no problem, but we can't pay you. That's just the blind truth. We as a company now, we don't have the financial strength. We don't have we don't have the financial strength to pay you because you are going to pay them now. You have to pay in dollars.
No. I have just said the phrase the blind truth. The truth is blind.
Yes. Yeah, you can't pay them. So it was like, okay, no problem. But because they see the future of the company, in fact, it was the one that brought in about the other 3 engineers. It was the one that brought them on board.
Oh, so this guy has a lot of automotive experience.
Of course he does. He's working, he works in the big company in Pakistan currently now. They are into armored vehicles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he brought on board the other 3 engineers, so which we are designers. So the agreement was, we can't pay you now, but we are going to offer full-time employment when we start the production. So they all agreed, and we started. So that just, it's not as if we are paying them, but for the Nigerian team, we used to give them, you know, encouragement. That's Naira, so we can still afford to pay the Nigerian team.
So as for we, the Africans, we have to encourage us.
You see, Nigerians or Africans, the way we think is different from the way people outside Nigeria thinks. You know, I said earlier that maybe due to past experience of some people, they are not willing to commit to anybody's project who is not willing to pay them, because you can just lay them off anytime. You know, it happens.
Okay.
But in a situation whereby you have an agreement that is going to secure the interest of both parties. So if you default, you know that you are in for trouble. So that's just the whole idea. And even the guy from India, he has, I think, 15 years experience in automotive industry. In fact, he has worked with Tata Motors before.
Okay.
So the team now, we have combined 40 years experience in automotive industry. Combined 40 years experience.
Okay.
So BrightCloud as a company is a Nigerian company which aims to produce vehicle in Nigeria for the African market or for the whole world. But that doesn't mean we are not going to bring in people from outside Nigeria or outside Africa. You see, we need trained, experienced workforce who will come down to Nigeria to train our people. We need to train our own people. After those training, then our people, we can start engaging our people face to face. But right now, we need outside people to come in to train our people. You see, automotive industry in Nigeria, apart from the assembly plants we have in Nigeria, there is no company producing vehicle from scratch. There is no company producing vehicle from scratch. So
that
even
goes
I
for
have
a
the
lot of
plan
African
of,
countries.
yeah. Okay, I said what we are doing here is different from what other companies are doing. We are designing our vehicle from scratch, and it requires a lot of hands. We need a lot of experts in that aspect, unlike other companies who are assembling their vehicles. So you agree with me, companies into knockdown assembly, they don't require a designer for their products because the vehicle has been designed and produced independent company where they are purchasing the components from. So what we are doing here is kind of different from what they are doing over there. And when you look at our vehicle design, the picture is on the website.
Oh,
You will see that.
let me put that on the screen as we're talking.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Ha.
We will see that what?
When you look at the design, you say what?
I'm looking at the design. When you look
Hello?
at it, yes, we are listening to you. When you look at the design,
yeah, when you look at the design, we want something that is going to be classic, and yet something we could achieve with traditional metal shaping tools. You know, going for design that is going to have curves and bends is going to
it's
require
going to be difficult.
stamping, and we
Which
all
is more
know.
money, more money.
Yeah, yes, and anything stamping is going to require mold and die, and getting those mold and die is going to be a huge stress to our budget. So
Money.
we have made this design in something that we could achieve with traditional metal shaping tools with our hands. And that's why you see that's just the genesis behind the design. You see, everything is
Oh,
just
okay.
flat and
Square.
straight.
So I was going to say that
Yeah, that's just boxy shape.
like
Go
it
on, speak on.
evokes this to my mind. But I saw the design, I was like, oh, okay,
Mm.
Bollinger, Land Rover. No, this the classic Land Rover, not these current ones that.
Yes,
Ah,
I get. A lot of people say the same thing. It looks like Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon,
okay.
Land Rover Defender, Jeep Wrangler, Suzuki Jimmy. And Ford Go. All those vehicles has boxy shape,
Yes.
and a company of our size, the
Oh,
best way
okay.
we
But the
could
window is a bit
achieve.
different. The window is a bit
Yes, you
different.
see,
The window is unique. I can see that.
the window, we receive the inspiration from military vehicles. When you look at those military vehicles, you see that their window is hexagonal in shape.
Yeah.
So we want something that is aggressive, classic, and good looking. So that's the reason why we'll be able. When you look at the first design, I sent you two designs. The current picture you are seeing here, you will see that the window is a normal window type.
Yes, yes.
Aha.
So this
So
looks like
we
a
have
Bollinger.
updated.
This is a Bollinger
Yeah, you see,
kind of a form factor.
yeah, you see, because it's electric vehicle,
So the front there's no engine.
there's no engine, so the hood space could be used as cargo space as well. So we are hoping we'll be able to integrate the radiator very low under the hood. I mean, in front of the grill, very, very low, so that the whole hood could be used as a cargo space. So the difference between this and Bodega motor in US, they have a kind of a tunnel from
Yes.
under the hood, cut
Straight to the
across
front.
the whole vehicle.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So our own vehicle doesn't have that. There is no tunnel in between that cut across the vehicle. No, it's just the front end that can slide over and there. That's just it. So it's still different.
So
But the whole
hold
vehicle.
on. Does that mean that
Right.
there's a partition between the front and the cabin and the back of the vehicle?
Yes, there's partition between the hood, under the hood, and the vehicle, the inner component of the inner part of the vehicle. Yes, there's
No.
partition there.
I mean, let's say lengthwise, okay. Like you see the
Yes.
Bollinger, you can slide the plywood from the back all the way to the front.
Yes. Yes, you can't do that. You can't do that on this one. You can't do that.
That's what I wanted to clarify. Because when I
Yes,
saw the picture, with the boots, is it bonnet open like this?
Yes, that's
It brought
bonnet.
back the
Yeah.
Bollinger. I was like, no,
Yes.
because of the shape and also the front.
You can't do that here.
All right. Any particular reason why?
Yes, and now speak on.
No, I was going to say that any particular reason why you went that you made that design choice, and why this form factor? Because when you look at this, it's like a rugged kind of all-terrain vibe that the vehicle is giving to you. For those of you watching and listening, this is actually their flagship vehicle, the Knight. When I heard the name, I was thinking that Tomb Raider, it's like the Knight Rider, some sedan, you know.
The name, we want something that we want a model that. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening to you very well.
Yeah, we want a car that when the user or the driver driving it will feel like they are oppressing the outside people. You know, we want a car that's going to look intimidating from the name, the design, and everything around the vehicle. So we went for that name, especially to project the kind of message you are planning to pass across. And when you look at the design, we want a boxy shape that is classic and intimidating. And this, you agree with me, this is a car, is a chunky, roughy, toughy off-road vehicle. A vehicle that you go anywhere, anytime, any day. So that's the idea.
I will give to you that with this car, our manholes must be as potholes. You will be a bit confident, and our barrels. I mean, it will give you confidence that yes, we can go places. Especially with the electric motor. I think that's
and that's why our motto is going places with confidence.
Okay. So I can see. Let's go to the website. Let's interrogate the how do you call it? The specs, because
all right,
the Knight. Okay, but why do you want to bully people on the road? Why do you want to give people that you want a car that's a bully? I mean, the Cybertruck, you can say that Cybertruck is bully people, but it's more like, oh, there's a certain feel, a certain look and feel that is going for.
See,
okay. But this one is like, you don't want to bully people.
It's
why?
Just no. The idea is not to bully people. It's just the emotional attachment you have.
Oh,
the confidence
yeah,
you have when you are driving the vehicle. You know, of course it does. It does. So,
but this whole solar panel on car thing, okay? How much solar energy can you generate with this? Is it supposed to power the electronics of the car?
No. You see, it is not going to power the electronics. This is how it works. Africa as a whole, or should I say Nigeria as a country, we are blessed with abundance amount of sunshine throughout the whole year.
I implore you.
You agree with me?
Right now, we are in a continental free trade agreement era. So Africa, we're talking about Africa. Don't talk about Nigeria or Ghana or whatever.
All right.
Let's talk about Africa. Yes.
So we have abundance amount of sunshine in Africa. So this is a free gift of nature, and we shouldn't be wasting them because it's free or we need to harmonize those energy into usable or channel them to be able to use them. So the idea of solar panel on our vehicle is as a range extender. The solar panel on the vehicle will not be able to charge the battery pack completely from 0 to 100%. No. But for a daily driver, you know, according to my research, a daily driver will covers around 40 to 60 miles.
Yeah, let's call it
Yeah.
100 kilometers tops maximum. 70 to
Hello?
I said 70 to 100 kilometers maximum. Maximum is 100 kilometers a day.
Come again. Can you come again?
I'm saying that between 70 to 100 kilometers maximum a
Okay.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, per day. So when you park your car outside in the sun, instead of just frying the car in the sun like that, while your car is in the car park with the solar roof, you are charging the vehicle. Even though the vehicle won't be able to charge 100%, but it's still going to give you additional about 10 to 20 kilometers when you have a full day sun. Are you getting it? So the idea is just
you mean that for an 8 hour period, you can get like 10 to 20 kilometers for 8 hours using the solar panels alone.
Yeah, you see, we are planning to have a special panel with a magnifying lens. You see, the magnifying lens is going to intensify the sun ray on the panel, which is going to double the amount of energy it's going to produce. And with the polymer coating to protect the cells from damage, even when there's impact. You get the idea. So we are engaging some complaints.
Wait, how would that
there is a
work?
company
The magnifying whatever glass will retract, and then when the car is parked, it will pop up and begin to focus the sun's rays. Well, that will spoil the aesthetic of the car.
See, it depends. Let me explain this properly. The solar panel is fixed on the car roof. Are you getting it? Which means it's flattened on the car.
Like we are seeing
depends. Now. Yes, like we are seeing now. It depends on the parking angle of the vehicle to the sun ray. You get what I'm trying to say now?
Okay.
So the reflection of the sun will go straight to the vehicle roof. During the daytime like this, the whole vehicle roof is going to be covered by the sun ray.
Okay.
So when we have maximum solar energy, is during the daytime like this. So the magnifying lens will intensify the energy from the sun to the solar module. Are you getting it? Yeah. Which will increase the amount of energy the solar panel will produce. Yeah. So now, it just having a solar panel of about 2 square meters, producing energy for about solar panel of the same amount of 3 square meters. That's just the idea.
Yeah, but my question is not about that. My question is, if you introduce the element of a lens to focus the rays, all right, how would the lens be positioned? Okay, because it's two things. Either the lens is standing there on top of by the roof of the car, and then when the sun is shining, it will try and focus the sun rays onto the panels, or it will be retracted. Then when the car is parked and there's a need for it, then it will extend itself out and then begin to focus the sun rays. So that's my question.
All right. Like I said, it's a magnifying lens. It's going to be positioned on a flat surface, the way the solar panel you are seeing it there.
Like a covering.
Yes.
Oh,
it's going to be on the solar panel. It's just to intensify the energy from the sun, to double the amount of the energy. That's just the idea. It's just like magnifying lens that we used in the lab to magnify the micros we are checking in the lab. That's just the idea.
Okay. So now let's talk about some quick things. Safety.
Yeah.
Is this car is it designed to at least the normal safety levels that we know of today, or is ahead?
Of course.
Safety. Talk to us a bit about safety in this product.
Yes. So the vehicle is going to be equipped with driver assist feature, airbag, sensors, parking sensors. It's going to be equipped with all those things, and cameras as well. And we are even looking at having a level 1, level 2 autonomous drive on it as well.
How?
We are working on it.
No, what I mean is, obviously, as a startup, we don't have a lot of resources. Okay, so
see,
you have to cover your resources.
Now, let me give you an example. Now, if you go online now, there are quite a number of companies working on autonomous drive.
So you're going to partner with one of these organizations, right? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, you now have two phones connected. Which is which?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are now connected with two phones.
Okay.
I'm saying that that means that you are going to partner with one of these companies that are working on level of autonomous driving.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I wanted to understand. Now, what is the
Yes.
idea? So clearly, right now we are finished the design. We are showing us the renders which are on your website. Anybody can go there. I'm sure BrightCloud Automotive.com. So this color you're working on. What is the envisaged production units that, let's say everything is working out well? I mean, we have finished everything, you have gotten everything. How many cars are you expecting of this? Are you expecting to produce per year or to sell per year?
Per annum.
Yeah, per annum.
All right. We are looking at, you see, our approach is going to be based on the amount of investment we're able to gather. Because you agree with me, if you're going to develop a standard plant for the production, you need not less than up to about 50 billion naira for you to set up the production plant. Are you there?
Please.
Hello.
I don't speak naira. I speak dollars.
Okay. Let me say that is going to be about let me do the calculation.
I'll wait. Naira.
Right.
I don't speak naira.
It's going to be over $25 million for us to have a standard factory.
Okay, so this factory,
That's a lot of money.
So this factory that you're talking about, how many cars do you expect it to produce per annum? I'm guessing that it's going to be by hand, right?
Yes. So yeah, I was coming there.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. I'm here.
The network is kind of crazy. It just went going up and on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now our approach to this now is we are planning to set up a macro factory.
Okay.
So we are going to engage ourselves with semi-automatic production line.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm here. Semi-automatic production line.
So for introducing the vehicle, we are looking at producing up to 500 units for the first year. to second year because production is going to be inversely directly proportional to demand. So the first year, looking at producing up to 500 units. Then in the next 5 years, the production should increase to about 800 to 1,500 units. Then in about 10 years, we should be able to produce about 3,000 to 4,000 units per annum. So we are looking at a long time.
Hello? Hello?
The network
Yeah.
is kind of crazy this afternoon.
Yeah. So,
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you get my last message?
Yeah, so you are looking at.
All right. So
you are looking at, then it went off.
hello?
Hello? Is it that you were looking at, then you went off?
Okay. I said we are looking at having a 500 unit, up to 500 units in the first to 3 years per annum. Then the next 5 to 10 years, we should increase the production from 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 per annum. Then the next 10 years, we should be able to increase it to significant amount of number above than that. So it's a work in progress because we don't want to produce cars that will be we want to produce cars based on the, how will I say it? The production is going to be based on, is going to be directly proportional to demand. That's for the first year, for the first 2-3 years. Because electric vehicle is a new technology in African market generally now. So the adaptation, you expect the adaptation to be as fast as the existing ICE engine. So it's a work in progress, and with the epileptic nature of African light now, a lot of people.
No, this one say Nigeria light.
If I'm going for electric vehicle, with the light, Nigerian light, yes, because some African countries have Nigerian light. So a lot of people ask you that if I'm buying an electric vehicle, where will I charge this vehicle from? So that's just the idea.
Okay. So now when it comes to charging, what charging standards and ports are you putting in these your cars? Are you putting CHAdeMO, CCS, GB? I mean, what charging standard are you using for your cars and why?
I prefer CCS Combo 2.
Why?
Because the reason why I prefer that is because it's a standard charging infrastructure in advanced country, and we are trying to implement the standard here as well. You see, having a combined charging system, you could use direct combined charging system, and you could use a level 2 charging system without needing any adapter into the inlet. It's just giving the user a flexible charging option. You can charge your vehicle with either level 2 or CCS charging or anything. That's just the idea. There is nothing big deal, and for the user to be able to, because now we are not planning of installing any charging station now. We are planning to set the vehicle with the ESVS. So the ESVS is going to be level 2 adapter, that is 230 AC. But very, very soon, we will be installing battery-powered charging stations in key locations across the country. So then the user can just drive in there and have their car charged within 30 to 45 minutes on the go. So that's just the idea. We are projecting we are working towards the future. We are not working based on our current position or what is happening currently. We are working ahead of seeing. Yeah, that's just it.
Okay. On that note, don't you think a continental charging standard will help accelerate your business? That if you say Africa, we have a standard for charging, electric vehicle charging standard for the plugs and everything. Don't you think it will make your work easier so that somebody can build the charging station and you can just sell your cars? Then we think about also building your own charging stations as well.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. It's a welcome idea. You see, it all depends on the manufacturer. It depends on us as a manufacturer and what we want. We could decide to go with the traditional Africa standard charging, and we can decide to go with our proprietary adapter. It depends on us.
Yeah.
So
Because
when you're talking about standardization of electric vehicles in Africa now, it is when we have those vehicles running in our markets that we can effectively pick up a standard that this is what we want, this is what we want. Currently now, even Nigeria now, that we're having electric vehicle in Nigeria now, it's not easy. It's not easy because some lawmakers in the past were saying it's going to affect the revenue we generate from oil. So, and the same way they are saying this here in Nigeria, some other countries as well thinking the same way, because most of our people, they are not forward thinking. So let's see how it goes on the standardization of the electric vehicle in Africa.
The question
Let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm not into saying the challenges, but the question is, will it help your business or not? Is it that's a direct question. Is it going to help your business or not?
You see, it might help our business. Now, let me give you an example now. The reason why I say it might help us, yeah, is because if we as a company, we are planning to install our own charging stations across the nation, whether we go with the standard adapter or we don't go with it, it will not affect us. Are you getting that? But if we are planning to install charging stations for our vehicle and other vehicles, then we could go with the standard adapter. But if we are installing charging stations basically for our vehicles alone, it means we can go with our proprietary adapter. So it is a two-way thing. It all depends on the opportunity. The opportunity is there for anybody to grab it. So it now depends on how the opportunity is coming and the available resources to harmonize the opportunity. That's just it.
But you know that if the government says that
But
all
going
EVs,
for the standard, see, all right.
If the government, you see, decides that all EVs in Nigeria must use CCS2,
Yeah.
they have taken away that choice from everybody. Yeah, sir. So when I'm talking about standards, I'm not talking about standards optional. You see, like what Tesla did, that they have set their own charging standard. It was because nobody was willing and ready at the time to do the standards. And when you form a group, everybody was slow. They were in a hurry. Everybody was not in a hurry. So okay, if you are waiting for us, let us go. If you're not in a hurry, we're in a hurry. So let us do our own thing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So what I am talking about is not, is it because we have the situation and we are seeing increasingly. That is why I don't agree with those who think that we should wait for the cars to come before we start adopting the standard. By then it will be already extra difficult. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Because by then now you have cars with CCS2. somebody is CS1, somebody has Tesla, somebody has Chademo, somebody has a GBT. All right, it's a challenge. I was saying that, you see,
Right.
if the Nigerian government mandate a standard, all right, for charging,
Yes.
what it means is that no matter who you are, whether we are producing the car locally, we are just assembling the car locally, or we are importing from wherever, you know that for your car to be road ready in Nigeria, you must use this charging standard. All right. That simple decision means that equipment manufacturers have a simpler job. Charging solution providers have a simpler job. That is why when you go to your petrol filling station, you don't think about whether your car, your fuel tank, the plug of the filling station will fit your fuel tank. Whichever the filling station you go to, you know it will fit because of standardization. And what that does is that it makes it easier to scale up. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So the idea of
I get your
anyway.
I get your point. I get your point. See, me as a person, I'm looking forward to standardization, honest, because it's going to make things very, very easier. Are you getting it? I'm looking forward to it, but are you seeing that coming anytime soon? That's the question.
You see,
are you seeing that coming anytime soon?
You see, that's one of the things we are trying to work on. And you see, it's two things. Standards can come from governments, or it can come from industry. I hope you understand.
All right.
Two things. Now, we also have the Continental Free Trade Agreement. And the nature of the market is that it is better we do this at the continental level. I hope you have, because individually, our automobile markets are small. So when we do at the continental level, any serious manufacturer, maybe Nigeria decided that they are not going to adopt the standards, but at the continental level, that's what the continents have adopted, and certain countries are implementing it. What do you think will happen? Any serious manufacturer would prefer to go that way. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Then it means that you don't have to now be thinking about, oh, if as I'm working on my vehicles, should I start charging? Should I do my own charging stations or not? Because that amount of money and energy and resources that are going to devote to that charging station is resources that you are taking from somewhere else. It will be invested in your core products. I hope you understand. There are people who can take up that challenge of building up the infrastructure. You see, this is one of the wisdoms of Henry Ford. When he was building the car, he found somebody that was interested in building up the energy infrastructure, Rockefeller, because it's going to be good business for him. See, this is a marriage. So he didn't have to think about having to build up filling stations for petrol. You have to focus on the car. Somebody focusing on the filling stations. I hope you get what I'm saying.
So which charging
if you are serious,
which charging
you see, that's the problem.
Which charging
that's the problem. That's the problem. You see, we are very quick to talk about, let us pick one. The most important thing is not picking one. The most important thing is defining our requirements. Yeah, sir. Then we can now look around and see if the standards that are there, if there are any that closely matches ours. Then we can say, okay, since it matches ours, we can delete or add to this one, because this fits our requirements and where we are going as a continent. I hope you understand. For example,
I do.
For example, we know that for our continent, affordability is key. We know that for our continent, simplicity and ease of use is also key. You get what I'm saying? So you cannot have a system that it has to be complicated, you have to figure it. No, it has to be simple to use. We know that on our continent, there's a way we pay for things. We are generally cash and carry people. and then maybe mobile payment systems. I hope you understand. Credit card and stuff like that, they are distant third in the banking system. So if you are designing a charging solution, payment wise, you know that cash and mobile money should be your key for the reference framework. You understand what I'm saying? They talk about maintainability
I do.
in our temperature environment, our weather conditions. We have to look at that. Maintainability. We want things that are easily replaceable and easy to fix. Then safety. You see, once we have these things clearly defined, then that before we cannot look at CCS1, CCS2, CHAdeMO, GBT. You understand? And then we look at where the market is going. All right.
Yeah.
Because the other side is that just because our market is small today, does not mean that it's going to be small tomorrow. Look at all the population projections. All right. And look at the industrial trend. You know that our economy will grow. Yeah, sir. The number of people who can afford cars is going to grow. So our car market is going to grow. You see, that is what shows that we are actually serious about what we are talking about. I hope you understand what I'm saying. We know that, for example, that we have an epileptic power situation. I was telling you that this morning, ECG decided to remind me that I am in Africa. So you're about to have a session. And they put up the lights for 30, 40 minutes. All right? I was freaking out. I hope you understand. Of course, there's nowhere that cannot be compared to your level in Nigeria. But what it means is that most of our people increasingly are going to go for solar and renewable energy. These are direct current based systems. All right. The batteries in these cars are also direct current based. Most of our electronics actually use direct current. So, what about thinking about DC to DC systems? I saw that your affordable model, is it KBOC or what's the name? The one we're looking at has a two-way inverter. Hello? It has a two-way inverter. It also, so it can be charged as well as discharged. I hope you understand. So
yes, that's
these are
to grid.
Good. These are the things that we need to be thinking about. You see, that was why, for example, our conversation with Anwachara Wabungu, a Kenyan, I feel that was very, very important. But when I look at, it's one of the videos that a lot of people don't watch because it sounds so technical and boring. But that video is all about money. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry we sort of went off, but standardization is very, very important and so powerful. You see, and what you keep seeing is a mistake that a lot of people are making, which is everybody is busy trying to solve the problem that he has before him or her. Okay, forgetting that that solution is part of a bigger ecosystem. All right. Once we have the rules of the game, we can all dance. I hope you understand.
That's true.
So you see that we talk to the people who are doing charging stations. They are in a fix. They now have to put up the charging station. You must have all manner of plugs and cables, which means extra complexity, which means extra investment. You who is doing designing EVs, you now have to think about, okay, should I add the which charging plug should I add, or do I make more than one as part of my car? Then you have to put up charging stations. You see, if you have standardization, all these problems will reduce because everybody can focus on one part of the problem, solve it, knowing full well that somebody can also solve this other part. And when we come together, there is a common interface. So we can marry the two. I hope you are getting. Okay. And this does not require huge sums of money. What it requires is willingness, coordination, and some small resources, mainly our skills and our time. And
so, which plug are we planning to add? Which plug now? Are we planning to adopt in Africa now?
That's what I'm telling you, that you see, right now we are more focused on defining our requirements.
Okay.
Hello? You see,
I'm with you.
an undefined problem does not have a solution. All right. Well, what most people want to do is basically seriously what you just suggested is, oh, let us pick one. So which one are you picking? All right. That short circuits the problem. 80% of the problem is defining the problem. You understand? What problem are we trying to solve? Looking at our situation, bad roads, disorganized systems, bad governance, population that are not so educated in certain instances, multiplicity of languages. Hello? It's also a problem. You see, Nigeria, you have so many people who speak so many languages. Some don't speak English at all. All right? So how do you get a system that this person can also relate with? Okay, some people cannot speak English, but they know how to charge their phone. They can charge their phone. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So these are some of the.
I do.
Anyway, that's an aside.
See, God, all you said is right, and I agree with you. What I'm saying is, I agree on the standardization is something that might take time. Are you getting it now? It's something that might take time.
No, that is why we have to jumpstart it.
An idea to look out for, because it's going to make things easier, cheaper,
everybody,
and flexible for us. Yes, it's going to be very, very flexible. But
I'm saying that, you see, that is why. Because when you look at our leaders, okay, truthfully speaking, like you also said, some of them, if they had the opportunity, they will kill the whole electric vehicle thing. What they see as a threat to their golden cows or golden geese, whichever way you want to call it. All right. Some too feel that electric vehicles are in the distant future. So there's no need to hurry. And these two groups form the majority. I hope you understand. So we know that if you want to start with them, we are going to run into these issues. I hope you understand. That is why we want to get the ball rolling. I hope you understand. As private individuals, I hope you understand. I'm surprised that we didn't get to know about this. AfricaNEV guys were talking about this the whole of last year.
I do.
So anyway, but you, let's rest it for now.
You told me about it.
So let's rest this one for now.
You told me about it.
Let's come back to BrightCloud. Let's come back to BrightCloud. Let's talk about money.
All right. Welcome.
Okay. Oh, right. Before money. The night. I saw that the battery size is 120 kilowatt hours.
Yeah, 100 is two options. 100 and 120.
100 and 120. What's the range? What's the range?
You know, all this. We are looking at 350 miles.
Why are you calling miles? If you are called 350 miles, let's say like 500 kilometers and above. No, I guess
okay. Let me say
7 kilometers.
350 miles is about 560 kilometers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the range. So we are looking at 400 to 500 kilometers on a single charge. Now, all these specs now, they are subject to change when we have the working prototype. Are you getting it?
Okay.
All the specs you are seeing there now, they are just our projected spec. Now, when the actual vehicle is out, it's subject to change. We might increase the battery pack to be able to achieve that range. That
will increase the weight.
And increasing the battery pack again. That was what I was about to say. Increasing the battery pack again. I mean, the size of the battery pack now is going to increase the weight and the cost as well. But we want to give our users the confidence that you can drive your vehicle from Lagos in Nigeria to as far as going to Jaba. You know, Jaba is after Kwara State, which is about 444 kilometers. So having a car that can drive that long is not just about the long range, but about how many days do I need to drive this vehicle without charging it? You know, for a daily driver, that covers about 60 to 100 kilometers on a daily basis, which means you could drive your car for about 4 days without needing to charge it again. So that's just the idea. So the spec is be subject to change as well. So that's just the idea, basically.
Okay, so let's talk about money. How are you going to? I mean, how have you financed this BrightCloud so far? And what is your financing roadmap? Because from design to validation to testing to pilot production to full scale production. Hello? Can you hear what I said? Can you hear what I said?
Yeah, you see, yes, financing the activities of BrightCloud has not been easy at all. Has not been easy. Hello, are you there?
I'm listening to you.
Yes, I'm still the one majorly financing the whole activities. So we are hoping to have investor on board, be it in form of partnership, collaboration, and investment. So we are very, very open to business. So we are hoping we get more people on board to be able to finance the project and make headway to production and then to prototype and production. We don't want our story to be from design and the vehicle is not making it up to production. We want to scale up from design, prototype, and the mass production. So that's the plan. So we are really hoping we will be able to get investor on board to finance the whole activities.
Do you have some requirements for this investor? Is there some? Are you looking for a particular type of investor? My my question. Let me explain the question. Somebody will say that we want somebody with an automotive background, so maybe another automobile company or whatever. Somebody will say that okay, we just want anybody with money. Somebody will say that oh, we want in African investors because we are doing an African thing. Or I mean, that is what I meant by that question.
Yeah, you see, BrightCloud as a company, right now, we have a lot of companies who, in fact, we are in the last stage of our agreement. We are just a step from signing the contract with them. A lot of companies are ready to partner with us. There are companies in UK, there are companies in other part of the European Union who are ready to partner with us, come to Nigeria and start bus production, electric bus production. You see, because they see the prospects in the project, the prospects in the market as well. So a lot of companies are willing to partner with us. And we are also open to any partnership that is going to bring about progress of this project. So we are open to any investor, be it from Africa, be it outside Africa, be it within automotive industry or outside automotive industry. We are not rigid on the type of investor we want. We are open. We are open to everybody. That's just the whole stuff.
So in other words, the investor can maybe somebody bringing capital, or somebody who is interested in partnering with you for a particular solution, or maybe even debt. Are you looking for debt? People want to give you loans.
Okay, we are looking at investors and partnership. Now, the partnership can be with OEM who will supply us certain components from the vehicle. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
So we are in discussion with a company in Japan. So they are low volume vehicle manufacturer. They produce car components, but in small scale.
Okay.
So we are looking at having a partnership with them. So we'll give them the spec of what the things we need. They'll produce it on our behalf in our own brand name or in their brand name, whichever way it goes. So it's the kind of partnership we are looking up to. And we are also open to other partnership. So the partnership can be between ourselves and vehicle company manufacturer or corporate organization, anybody who is willing to partner with us. So, like I said earlier, we are not rigid on our investment stream or our partnership. We are open to business, in as much as it's going to bring us closer to our dreams and making headway to production. We are very, very open to business.
Okay. It has been a very long and frustrating one because of the internet challenges. I think this week I've had a number of internet challenges, but Adedokun Ali Muhammed.
Yes.
Yes, I'm calling your full name. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for giving us of your time and telling your story. We need more people like you. Okay, yeah, we need more people like you. So we wish you all the best. If you are listening to me and you want to support BrightCloud Automobile Company Limited, please check their socials in the video description